Alright, so I have several objects here. They're all cylindrical, but besides that, what do they have in common? They're actually all recyclable. I actually didn't know that crayons were recyclable until I was preparing for this presentation. There's actually collection facilities across the nation. They just collect it, melt it down, make it into new crayons. This is one that's about an hour from my house in good traffic. So usually when people think about recycling, they think about these plastic containers and these numbers that they find, and it's supposed to be a really simple system, but it isn't, you know. Numbers 1, 2, and 5 are generally recyclable. I say generally because 5 has a lot of exceptions depending on where you live. Number 4, it's not accepted frequently. There's a Vons near me that will take plastic bags and plastic film, but it's not something you can just generally put into your recycle bin and it's taken care of. 3 and 6 are not really recyclable. You're supposed to reuse them if you can. And 7 is just mixed plastic junk, so it's terrible. So this is going to be a very confusing topic. And that's just the plastics. Countless other materials have special disposal requirements that many of us are just not aware of. The fact is that we're just really bad at recycling. 75% of waste produced in the United States is recyclable, but we only recycle about 30% of that. It's not that people are not recycling. People want to recycle. In fact, people over-recycle. And by that I mean that they put stuff in the recycle bin that aren't actually recyclable. So these materials have to be further sorted, sometimes by machine, sometimes manually, as shown here. And you might think, what's the big deal? It's a pretty big deal because you have to send a large amount of material from our recycling centers to the dump. And when it could have just been sent there in the first place. And so all this is just wasting fuel and leading to a higher carbon footprint. So, right, people are lazy. But my proposal is to reduce this mental effort through technology. So I'm imagining an app where a user will take a picture of an item, then software will identify what the object or objects are and return whether or not they should toss it in the recycle bin. I don't know if Big Ben is recyclable, but if a photo of a paint can is taken, what do you think? So that's a trick question. It's actually not something you should throw away or recycle. It needs to be brought to a special disposal facility. But I don't want the user or like lazy user have to find these details. So this app would say, bring this hazardous waste to a hazardous waste facility, and then hopefully it would be able to provide the location as well. So there's more potential for extra features like fun facts about the type of item that's being recycled, statistics that can be stored and actually even used for gamification. I'm thinking of alerts if someone passes within a certain distance of a special facility. And perhaps as a stretch, the ability to improve the algorithm. So for those familiar with supervised machine learning algorithms, an user can provide input as to whether or not it's correct, and that can feed back into the algorithm and further improve it. So if this kind of idea excites you, please consider joining the project to help me make the world a slightly greener place. Thank you.